going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Good to see you all. I am guest host. Oh, hey, hang on a sec. I just realized that my microphone was about a million miles away from me. So, happy Monday. How's it going? Welcome in. Happy to have you here. I'm guest hosting today. Dave is out today, and so I'll be guest hosting the show. We've got an awesome guest as usual on today who's kind of sitting in the on deck circle right now. And the funny thing is we have guests who they fill out a little questionnaire and it said something to the effect of, I don't know, I got 40,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok. And then I looked last night when I was kind of, hey, who's the guest tomorrow? What's the story? And, lo and behold, he's got 66,000 followers now. So he's going at it hard and is just creating awesome content, and he's doing a great job. And I think we're going to learn a lot from him and his journey today, both in terms of strategy and how he's going about it, but also in terms of the dude's got no time. I mean, he's just, the man's got no time. And that's a frequent thing from people that I hear is, well, I can't find the time, or I don't know, how am I supposed to create 3 videos a day? I don't even know how it's possible. Well, we're going to bring on Mark this morning. And what I'd like from all of you guys who are signing in here, I see Jordan, Colleen, Robert, Adam, Marie, Catherine, Willie, Mark. Who else is here in the comments? Zinab, sorry if I got that wrong. Robert, Dave, what's going on? If you guys could comment with some sort of emoji, like a clapping emoji or a, I don't know, hands emoji, clapping or something to welcome Mark to the show, that'd be awesome. And let me see if I can bring him in. Mark, you out there?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, welcome on.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you. I'm stoked to be on.
Yeah, awesome. Well, so I'm going to let you kind of just tell your story and your journey to this whole thing. You're a senior VP. You've got 3 kids under the age of 12, which is nuts. And you've got, baseball and cheer and all kinds of good stuff. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you and sort of your life, and then bring us into this whole entering the online space and why you chose to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I work for a mid-sized company in northern New Jersey. I run the company. It's about 63 people. So my schedule is 7 a.m. to 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday. I have 3 kids under the age of 12, 2 boys and a girl. They do, like you said, baseball, cheer, lacrosse, gymnastics, fucking gym, whatever they're going to do at any given time, and it's always funny because it runs on like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, baseball games on Sunday. So it doesn't stop. I got divorced a few years ago, and with that came alimony and child support, and kind of just having to encompass all the financial responsibility of my life on top of now somebody who's no longer in my life. Right. So, bills started piling up, and it was just tough. So every night I'd sit there, kids would go to bed 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I'd sit there and I'd watch TikTok. And, what does everybody go on TikTok for? You're watching people shake their ass and, nice cars. And I came across one person one time, like 6 months ago, about affiliate marketing. And I just kind of started looking at it a little bit. And then I kind of saw more and more coming to my face every day, every day. And April 16th, my son turned 12, and that was the day I pulled the trigger, and I paid the $7 for the 15-day challenge. And then it was just all go, no quit, from that point on. And I made my first TikTok video May 2nd, and I haven't stopped since. Jeez. And it's been a crazy ride.
Well, I mean, you're sitting here basically 63 days in or so, 65 days, let's call it. And you're basically averaging 1,000 followers a day.
Yeah.
Stupid. That's stupid. So I don't even like my brain can't comprehend that. I started 10 years ago when like you couldn't really grow a social media following. Now you wasn't really a thing. So it
Yeah.
was like if you were new or you were trying to grow something online, it was like I guess you run paid ads or I guess you throw some videos out there on Facebook and hope your friends and family like them or something. You know, it was just weird. But now there's this whole ecosystem of TikTok and now even Instagram Reels. We've got a few clients who are just smoking it on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Pinterest. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a wild time. So you come online, you purchase our challenge. Had you, I'm not sure if I read this, but had you purchased anything else before this? Had you tried other stuff?
Nothing, nothing at all. You were the first and the only program I dove into. I did a
Okay,
lot of research before I bought it, right?
sure.
$7. I mean, shit, I spend $30 a day on coffee at Starbucks. You know, it's what it is. But I did a lot of research and I realized that you guys are the best of the best, right? So
Hmm.
prior to doing what I do now, I was an auto mechanic for 15 years. And, you know, you can't learn to be an auto mechanic on YouTube, right? You can't go and be work on people's cars and for a safety reason and just learn from somebody. You have to go to school. So I went to Lincoln Tech and it was 60 grand. And, you know, after you finish the school, you can't go back and keep doing it, right? Unless you pay another 60 grand. And now it's like 85 grand, at least in New Jersey. But I did a lot of research before I pulled the trigger. So yeah, you guys were the only person I went with.
Got it. Yeah. In sort of diving into the 15-day challenge as it's brand new, what was that? So I'm guessing there was sort of some pieces of it that were really exciting and like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Were there other parts that were like, oh, I don't know about that, or I'm a little skeptical, or what was like the sort of journey of going through the challenge? I'm curious.
Yeah. So I have to say this, right? Like you guys changed my life. All right. Let's just throw that out there. And even as 41 years old, and I'm going to try not to cry like a little baby, but you guys straight up changed my life. The course was amazing. Dave was awesome. Even my advisor, and I'll throw a big shout out to him, Jonathan Wheeler. I speak to the guy 3 times a week now, you know, 2 months past, you know, we talk quite often. Um, but the motivation behind it to just kind of kick my ass into high gear and keep pushing was great. The course in itself is awesome. You learn it all, and you guys structure it in a way where it's not too confusing. But if you get hung up, you can just kind of go back and watch it again. You know, it's a no brainer. So the course in itself is amazing. The blueprint was amazing. I mean, everything was amazing.
Hmm.
I couldn't speak more highly about it. And that's why I kind of decided I'm going to promote you guys, not because it was easy, but because it's the no-brainer thing to do,
Yeah,
you
you
know?
feel so good about it. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
when I promote this program and I get on TikTok and now it's funny because when I took the course, I wasn't expecting much, right? No disrespect, but I was just expecting $7. I'm going to learn through some shit. How
Yeah.
hard could it be, right?
Right.
No, man, it's hard. You know, I spend 6, 7 hours a day in this business now, 2 months in, like 10 at night till 3, 4 in the morning. I'll put TikTok videos up at 3 in the morning. I'm like, yo, it's 3 a.m. Eastern time, and I'm still posting. It doesn't stop, right? Because it's a
Right.
global thing. It's not dedicated to just me in New Jersey. It's the planet. So you know, you have to constantly keep going. But the one thing I learned was it's possible to do it. It's really that easy to make money online once you kind of just build through the process and the steps and follow the process and believe in the process.
Yeah. I think that's a big, well, there's, I mean, geez, it's just such a big,
Oof.
I don't know. There's just such a,
Yeah.
sometimes I forget that for $7, right? There's a ton of value that's given, ton of value that's provided, but also like sometimes I forget that it is so challenging, right? So I've been through the course so many times, but I've also like helped revise the course so many times that I've kind of been through it and I'm like, man, okay, yeah, I know there's a lot there. But it is true every time I go through it, and I've been through a lot of trainings online and stuff, but every time I go through it, I'm like, damn, like $7 for all of this, like seven
Yeah,
bucks to get an inside look on, somebody who's done hundreds of millions in sales online. I mean, what other place like are you going to find that? I mean, other entrepreneurs, other people who have done, even 8 figures online aren't willing to really give away their secrets and, for under $1,000
that's
minimum.
right. That's
But
right.
there's really deep sort of secrets, deep stuff that's in there. It's just really powerful. I think it has to be the most undervalued course or program on the internet by a long shot. $7 is like a large latte at Starbucks. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah,
crazy. So
without
you dive
question.
in, you get going. Enough about the challenge. Tell us about like your decision to go on TikTok. Was it hard? Was it easy? How's the content creation process been? Like, take us back to the first day you're posting. Like, what's that like?
Yo, it's scary. It's scary, right? I mean, I'm a jokester, right? I joke around, I have a good time, but like in all seriousness, like I'm a 41-year-old guy with a gray beard and I'm losing my hair, and I'm like, who the hell's gonna want to listen to me, right? Like, so I get in my basement at like 10 o'clock at night and I go up against the only wall that's still standing in my basement because thanks to affiliate marketing and making money, I can now renovate my house, on top of everything else I'm doing, right? Because I needed something else to do, right?
Sure.
So I get in the basement and I get home, I put the kids to bed and I'm sitting here on a stool and I just fired off a video and I just kind of ran with it. And
Dang.
people started watching and I got addicted to it, right? And you're
Mhm.
nervous and you're shaking. And it took me 3 hours to make a 30-second video. And yeah, it's nuts, dude. Because, you're like, shit,
It's nuts.
my eye looks this way. My hair, like, I don't, it's weird, and I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to fire it off. I did. And the next day it was 3 videos. And the next day it was 5 videos. And shit, I post 10 videos a day sometimes, man. 10, 15
Jeez.
videos a day. I follow the Grant Cardone method, just you got to get out there, right? If you're not first, you're last, right? The Ricky Bobby thing. I
Ricky
post
Bobby.
10, 15 videos a day, dude. And some of them get 10 views and some of them get 3,000 views. And I don't give a shit because if I can reach one person or 2 people out of that 30 people that watch my video, I have an opportunity to teach somebody what I know
Yep.
and to really set them on that path. So yeah, it's a scary process, but I'm helping a guy right now in the UK, right? And the guy's in his 50s and the job that he did before this, completely off spectrum. And I said to him, I said, bro, just post it. Just make the video. Don't worry about it. There's always going to be somebody out there that wants to hear your story. They don't care what you look like. They don't care that you have no hair. They don't care that you have tattoos. They don't care that you smoke cigarettes or drink tons of coffee. Just post it. Post it and go. And that's really the best advice I can give you.
I love that you actually mentioned that Grant Cardone thing about that too. I personally like. I don't know if I love the guy, but the principle of the 10x thing is so powerful. And I remember, this has probably been a couple years ago. We used to do these live events at our studio in St. Pete's. We used to do these brand builder events, and I remember saying, look, you can either take the average approach, the typical approach that a human would take, which is a kind of a mediocre approach. So if I come up here and I say you got to post 2 or 3 videos a day, that's what you'll do, is the bare minimum. You'll post 2. But if you go in and you take the approach of Grant Cardone with the 10x rule, is like, well, take whatever result you want to get, whether it's, you got to post 2 videos a day to get X amount of dollars. Why not 10x that and be the best and obsess over it? I love that you pointed that out, because you're doing it right now, and there's no secret. I mean, there's no, secret potion that you're pouring on your content. You're just going harder.
Yeah. And, it's funny. So, and I'll get into this in a little while if we have time, but I mean, you guys have taught me so much about growing as a person and expanding my empire, right? Because for me, it's not just making a couple of bucks. This is my new life, right? But before I get into that, imposter syndrome, right? We talk about it a lot, like thinking that you're not worth it and thinking that you're not good enough to receive blessings in this universe, right? And I post about that a lot in my Facebook group because that's the hardest thing, is overcoming what's in your mind. You know, I look at TikTok and I follow a lot of the big names out there, especially the guys that are on your platform, on your scoreboard. And I'm like, man, this guy hit, 100 grand, 150 grand. She's been doing it 5 months. What am I doing wrong? Should I post more videos like her or like him? And I do it, and it doesn't do anything. So I had this like light bulb in my mind. It's like, fuck it. This is me. This is what I'm trying to convey. This is what I'm going to do. And that's it. I'm not going to follow somebody else. I'm not going to do how they do it. I'm not going to sit how they sit. I'm not going to put the backdrop that they have. I'm just going to pull my phone out, talk like me as a person, and convey my message. And that's it. And that's the best advice I can give somebody. When you're first starting out, and you got to have the best backdrop, right? You got to have this behind me, and or you got to be in a certain place. Now I'll be walking in the mall with my kids, man. I'll pull my phone out and just start making a TikTok. And it's crazy because it's just something pops into your head and you got to talk about it. Just do it. Don't worry about what the trends are or what TikTok's algorithm is doing, or just put videos out and it'll get out there. And that's really the simplest form of it.
Wow. I love it, dude. I love it.
It's crazy. It is. But yeah, that was the biggest challenge for me. And then once, like I said before, once I took the challenge and I kind of grew through, and after the first 30 days, I didn't start making money until after like 2 weeks in, right? So really it's been 45 days. And like you said, I just hit 10K on your platform yesterday, right? So I hit gold before we came on. And that was kind of my goal, just to kind of hit gold right before I get interviewed, because that's such a big accomplishment. But I promote on so many other platforms, not in the sense of social media, but when I get my YouTube channel going or my Facebook group going, and I start sending out my ebook to people, there are other forms of affiliate links in there that allow me to make several income streams at one time. But teaching somebody else what I know in such a short period of time is really where my satisfaction comes from in here. Because if I can do it, a middle-aged 41-year-old guy who's got no time in the world to do this and still make almost $20,000 in total in such a short period of time, anybody can do it.
Yeah, I think that as I look through sort of your channel and stuff, I think that one big advantage that you have with the sheer volume of content that you're putting out is almost mind-numbing to me. But I think the big advantage that gives you is your, especially when you start to collect followers, the amount that you are in front of those people is insane. But also, I feel like it gives you an advantage because on your end, your brain is learning this new skill at such a rapid rate, and you're starting to pick up on things that work, things that don't work. Also, we had a guest on a few weeks ago who talked about, the more that you post and the more that you sort of are active on social media posting videos, your brain starts to learn and be able to almost predict like, oh, this is going to perform well, or yeah, this isn't going to perform well. And what I see on this is like, I just see a rapid improvement as I scroll, right? I just see a rapid improvement both in content style and also just in design and just like how you're learning and, whatever you're putting up as like the thumbnail, not the thumbnail. I can't think of what they call it.
But like the banners.
Yes, the banners. Yep. They're just improving and improving and improving. And the beautiful part about it to me is that you're doing all of that without really, maybe you care, but it doesn't look like you care about what it looks like or about what people might say or about you fumbling through your beginning stages. Talk a little bit about why you just don't care, or maybe you do care, but
yeah.
What gives you that confidence? What gives you that sense of who cares?
Yeah. I don't care what I look like. I don't care where the background is or how the camera looks on me, right? Because it's not about that. It's about what I'm putting out in the world to try to get people to understand. But what motivates and drives me is my work ethic or my mindset to have a better life, because I was kind of just done, right? You're tired of being broke all the time, right? Like I'm tired. My kids have a good life, but it's a good life because I work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, right? It's not a good life because it was handed to them because I just made all this money. Um, and I need to ensure that those values are instilled in them, but that they have food on their table, that my bills are paid, and that they have a sense of freedom that I never had growing up. Even though my parents did a wonderful job, but we grew up poor as shit. I don't ever want to give that to my kids, and I'll work as hard as I need to. And for me, if you're really doing something you love, it's not really work, right? So this is not work to me. It's fun. It's addicting. You want to be in front of the camera. You want to start talking, and I don't care, because the ultimate goal is to get people to do what I do to help people succeed as much as possible. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, totally makes sense. And I also feel like that might be one of the secret tickets there, is that sort of sense that you want to leave with your kids, and that sense that you want to instill, because that's I mean, God, that's a powerful message. It's a really cool, powerful message.
Like I tell people all the time, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I tell people all the time, like, your situation right now, right? Look at yourself. If you did one thing and it didn't work, how long would it take you to get back to being broke? Right? Like this. So if you spend $7, like for the blueprint, I had to borrow the money because I didn't have it. Right? And what's the worst that can happen? I borrowed the money and I got to pay it back in 5 years because I'm broke. But if I spent the money and nothing happened, I'm exactly where I am right now. But if I spent that money and it changed my life, what do you have to lose?
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah, so, not a lot. I mean, $7.
Yeah. I mean, dude, these things cost $10 a pack, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer to people, and they got to get out of that mind funk of I'm not good enough. Everybody's doing it. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not fucking easy. It's hard as shit. But the reward is huge if you just do it.
Just do it. Just do the work, man.
It's crazy. And again, you guys taught me, like, yes, I'm promoting your course, and yes, I'm promoting ClickFunnels and Aweber and GetResponse and Traffic Secrets. And, I promote 7 different items with the course, and that's wild. But you know where my mind is right now, 40 or 60 something days later? Buying real estate and building an empire and taking these high income skill sets that I learned. And I'm working on a consulting company right now, and how to go into small businesses and make them profitable. And I learned that skill set from you guys. Like, affiliate marketing is wonderful, bro. That's a passive income that's going to stay there forever. I can't lose the money I already made, right? It can always grow higher. But I'm working on creating another company to help people do what I do, and then real estate, and then another avenue, and then another avenue. And once you get this in your head that you can't be stopped, it just fires off at a million miles an hour. And you're just growing at such a rapid rate that you can't be stopped now.
I love it.
That's the beauty of it, man. It's wild. It's life altering.
I love it. That's really cool. Hey, on your TikTok, I wanted to just also touch on something. On your TikTok, you do something with, you give away basically a free ebook, right?
Yeah.
On your thing that sort of helps brand you, sort of helps build your brand, as opposed to, and we just sent out an email yesterday to all of our customer base and whatever, about that, basically about, hey, start promoting yourself, like start
That's
building
right.
your brand. With that, how has that gone? And then also, sort of what's been the response, and, have you seen it? When did you start doing that? And
Yeah.
has it helped, or just tell us about that experience? How did you go about creating that?
So, when I first started, my Beacons link was directed right to your sales page, right? Again, you fail a lot in this business, right? You just constantly try. And then I did the 2-page process, and that worked out pretty well. And then I came across the legend, right? Calvin. And I mean, everybody talks about him, right? He's the myth that he's the legend. And I got his ebook, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. So I redesigned something, and the minute I sent that out is when everything changed for me. And then I kind of split test it, and I took it down and just went to a different website, and then went back to a 2-page process, and I wasn't getting the hits like I was. So it was only when I started giving out a free ebook was when my traffic really just went like this, because I gave value to somebody, right? I'm talking about the process. It's like, hey, go to my website, get the free ebook that I'm gonna give you, and you can read all about it. And in the ebook has my phone number where you can just reach out to me directly if you have any questions.
That's hilarious. I love
And
that.
then it just blew up from there, dude, because I'm giving something to somebody for free. I'm not hooking you in like, yo, buy the course and we'll talk. Nah, man, here, it's free. Take it. Call me. Let's work it out. And then if you're still ready, the link's right in the book. Click it and let's roll.
Man, that's cool. That's really cool. And yeah, I do feel like I do feel like that having something like that is I almost hesitate bringing it up because honestly, Mark, sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, that's so overwhelming to think about, right? That's so overwhelming to be like, oh my gosh, how could I write my own book? How could I write my own ebook? But I like that you laid out sort of your journey of like, hey, you know what? I don't have an ebook to start out with, so I'm just going to start with what I got. And then slow build your way. And for people to see that process, I think is really powerful.
I appreciate
That's
that.
really cool. And also, I mean, think about how easy that probably was to write. Like sometimes people overcomplicate this, right? I love how you titled it. It says 7 proven steps to a successful affiliate marketing business. It's like you didn't even say about, how to make $50,000 in your first month online, or some dumb random claim that you can't substantiate. It's literally just, if you start a business, start an affiliate marketing business, which by the way, doesn't really require a lot, you could write that book.
Yeah.
Pretty much based on what you learned in the challenge, honestly.
Yeah, that's where I got it from. I just took your like day, I think it was 7 to 11, and I kind of just rolled through it and took little bits and pieces, and you learn copywriting, right? And I just kind of rolled through it, and you guys handed it on a platter, and I took it. Now, I don't know if you have the old version or the new version. The old version, it looked like my kids wrote it. I did do an updated version.
Nice.
That's a little nicer, but
cool.
It was simple, dude. Canva's free. I just grabbed it, typed some shit up, lined it all up, threw it out there. And yeah, the biggest thing is to everybody now, it's a scam, right? It's a scam because it's confusing. So how do we make it not confusing? Well, here's free. I don't want your money. Free. Read it. If you like it, let's talk. That's it. Because they need to trust you, right? It's not. They're not buying. Yes, they're buying your product, but they're buying me. They're not buying you. They only see you after me. So they have to trust me and like me. And I say it constantly in my videos. I'm no bullshit, right? This is what it is. I'll show you everything you need to know step by step. You just got to put the work in. But by giving them something for free up front, it makes them feel like they can invest their time without money.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. Oh, that's big. That's big.
Yeah. So it was a game changer for me. I highly recommend it. And I tell people all the time, people that I help, here, take it, copyright it, take mine, just change some colors, change some words, use it, go. It's the best thing in the world.
Yep.
Sharing is what do they say? Sharing is caring, right? Take it. It's cool.
Yeah. Especially with something like an ebook, right? That you're giving away for free, which isn't like let's say a $2,500 or $5,000 paid course. That would be a little different. But in this case, Correct. It's like, hey, look, let me provide you some value. Go read this freaking thing. Read how I set it up. Read how I put it together. Like, it's pretty, yeah. And I like that you did that in Canva. You made the whole thing in Canva?
The whole thing, bro. 11 minutes at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. You see it. Like if you have the old one that's black with blue and the line through it, all the lines are off.
I've got the new one, I think.
Oh, you do? Okay. That was a Fiverr outsource, bro. $50. You got to learn to outsource when you can, right? Just
Yep.
kind of make it, I made some money. So I'm like, let me spend a little money, right? That's what you do. But the first one I had it was 11 minutes in Canva. Nothing was straight. Nothing was lined up. The fonts were all off. I was like, I just got to get it out. Right? I just got to get it out. Who cares? Take it. And it was because people see imperfection as honesty. And it's not a sham. It's just, look, I'm not the best writer in the world. I'm not the
Yep.
best. I'm not an author. All my shit was misspelled. Everybody was like, yo, your shit's misspelled. I'm like, awesome. Appreciate it. Like,
I was gonna say you're. I was gonna say the word "actually" on the cover. I just noticed. I had
it's
looked at it
misspelled.
before and didn't notice, but the word "actually" is misspelled. Does
Yeah.
anybody care? Not really.
Nah, I'm not a best. It's not a best, written book or ebook. It's who the fuck cares? But it was all jacked up, and that just shows people that it's just me. 1 o'clock in the morning on Canva making a book.
Yeah. I think the interesting part about, like, as I listen to you, is you have a lot of like similar characteristics, I think, to the way that Dave thinks through a lot of this is just get it out. Just get it out. Just push it out. Just get it out. Doesn't need to look amazing. Doesn't need to look pretty. Like, just let's just get it out.
Yeah.
And that, for me, learning and watching that has been really powerful over the past couple of years working with him, because it is so true. It's so true when you've got that inspiration, when you've got that little spark of sort of flow state, you just got to go and get it out and let people respond back to it, right? Let the people tell you about it. And you've got to be in a place where you're okay to handle that feedback, where you don't care as much what people think or say, but you can take the feedback and take it and internalize it and sort of, hey, is this real? Is this legit? Is this not? Is this okay?
Correct.
Right. And then sort of make a determination.
Correct. And for everybody listening, right, these are guys that are and women that are already in the program, are already taking the program, right? So when you start, like, your mindset changes, right? I always tell people, read, right? I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that's kind of what triggered the mindset to be like, holy shit, I can do this. And then, as you can see, like, I have some extra books up here I've been constantly reading. But as you go through the process, you're going to lose people around you, right? You're going to lose certain friends that were kind of around you that were negative, or even family members. Like, my whole family's like, you're 41 years old, you have 3 kids, and you're going to go on TikTok and make videos and make money. I'm like, fuck yeah. And they're like, it's a joke. And now my mom's like, wait, how much money did you make? Can you show me how to do this? And I'm like, yeah, like $500 an hour, Mom. But yeah,
you started your consulting business.
Yeah, and you fail and you laugh about it, because there are trolls out there, man. You're going to put content out there, and there are people that are going to hammer you and report your content. Like, I'm shadow banned right now on TikTok because somebody reported like 3 of my videos, and I'm in like TikTok jail. So I'm getting like 11 views a video, and cool.
Right.
I'm gonna put 15 out now, so that when it's over, you're gonna see my face everywhere. But just fail, laugh about it, fail some more, laugh about it. Call somebody who's been doing this, right? There's thousands of us on this app, on your group. Call your advisor, call somebody. Hey man, I'm feeling kind of shitty. What should I do? Great. Let's do this. Who cares? Make money, change your life, fix yourself, and just do it. It's awesome. It's fucking amazing. This is awesome. Let me tell you, 41 years old, I'm ecstatic, bro. I get on these things, and holy shit, I love it. I get on Facebook. I'm doing this consulting course. I get on TikTok. I'm making videos. It's just such a high. Like, holy shit, I'm on the internet. People see me.
That's cool, man.
It's wild. I love it.
That's really cool. I love when I can actually feel like just the real raw sort of excitement and like fun. I can tell you're having fun with it too, which is like, and obviously an added bonus, but I can tell that like you seem and feel like just such a go-getter and lifelong learner kind of person who's like, God, a whole nother skill set, a whole nother sandbox for me to play in that I never even knew was possible. That's really cool.
Hell yeah. You said it before, right? Like, Dave and I have some similarities, and I appreciate that, because like, I sit there and my goal is to like go rent out a Sheraton somewhere and charge people like $2,000 a ticket and just fucking talk, and get on stage and tell people the journey and teach them. And I mean, that's a goal for me, man. I can't I can't tell you how excited I am that I can get to that point now because, again, and I don't
Yep.
keep like going back to it, but like you guys changed my life, bro. It's wild. And the
It's
internet
cool.
is such a powerful tool, and to now be able to sit down with somebody on a voice chat, right? Like I said, I was talking to this guy in the UK the other day, and we're going through it, and he's like, "Should I promote the course?" And I'm like, "Is that what you want to do? Like, are you passionate about it?" And he's like, "Well, I'm like, well, what'd you do for the last 20 years?" And he told me, and I'm like, well, let's run with that, right? Like, if you can go back 20 years or see yourself 20 years ago and tell him, like, what do you need to be successful now? And let's start making content on that and tell your story and do affiliate link through that way and start making some money, and then get monetized through YouTube once you get big enough, and we can grow your brand that way. So
Yeah.
it's not just about like reselling a course or reselling this. You have to love what you're promoting, because if you don't, you're going to fail because your heart's not in it. I love coffee, great, but I'm not going to promote it because I don't love it in the sense of everybody needs to drink it. I just drink it. But I promote education because I'm a huge believer in bettering yourself constantly. So yeah, it's the process is awesome, dude. I love it. I wish everybody would do it.
It's awesome. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love your energy too. I got nothing. There's nothing else, I have nothing more to add or give to this conversation. That this is just powerful. I think people just need to get the hell off of here and go start,
Just do it, bro. I mean, I got to say, like, I love you guys. You too. Like, I watch all the videos when you interview people. I follow your shit, and I'm a huge fan, bro. Like, I'm starstruck. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
I think, thanks. Yeah. I mean, I think we try really hard to put spotlight on people who are working their ass off. And, the interesting thing here's just like one interesting thing. I'll close with this is, you notice how Dave doesn't have a big social media presence, right? And I don't really either. It's just not my thing. It's not who I am. But Dave, it's neither of our things. Neither of us have ever really enjoyed the social media thing. Like that it excites you. It empowers you. It does the opposite for us. But also, we're not in this, like, I don't come on here because I hope that somebody someday is going to follow me on Facebook and buy my shit, or that somebody's going to go, I'm going to blow up my TikTok following. Some people do that who sell courses. Like, you'll watch and they do like a new course release or something. They do a big course launch or whatever. And they have this whole massive brand that's theirs and it's their name. And then that explodes. And then suddenly, their course fizzles or whatever. But everybody's sort of like, oh, okay, that was weird. And that one person or maybe two or three people gained everything. And we're just not really interested in that. It's just not our thing. We're interested in growing something really. Dave said something a long time ago, which could, I don't know how people would take this, but he said, I just want to get rich doing boring things. Like, I just want to be boring. I want to set up systems. I want to set up a platform where people can benefit and learn and grow and have their lives changed. But I'm and he is pretty boring. Like, he's a cool dude, but he's pretty boring. And I am even more boring than he is.
It's great.
Like, I'm out of the limelight. I'm just boring, which I feel like for customers and also for affiliates and just, for people who are, even our staff, like having people who aren't sort of off the cuff, they go on video and say crazy shit and have PR nightmares all the time. Like, we might say some crazy shit here or there, but for the most part, we're interested in being around here for the next 30 plus years or whatever. And so it's just a slow moving. We're moving fast, but we're just kind of, a bigger ship that's just moving gently forward and consistently forward, if that makes sense. But anyway, Mark, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you so much and your energy too. And I feel like having your story kind of be out there in our universe. A lot of times I'll tell people on our blueprints calls and stuff to go watch certain calls, and because we get people on there who they'll show up to our blueprints call and they're like, hey, I made videos for the last 3 days, I got 15 videos up there, and it doesn't seem like much is happening. So these are the kind of things where I say, hey, there was this great guy on. His name's Mark. He was on Monday, July 5th.
Yeah.
You need to go watch that. You need to go watch that, and then you need to go study and see how many videos this guy put out, and then we'll chat about your results, right?
Yeah.
Because unless you're producing what somebody at the top is producing, then should you really expect much for results? And so, thanks for sharing and being willing to come on, because it's a powerful testimony to what's possible when you kind of enter that 10x mindset and really go for it.
Yeah. And, I'll leave you with this as well. And thank you again. It was a fucking pleasure, man. I love it. Thank you so much. But to everybody listening that's just starting or who's been in this a while, the big guys, it's 10 years, 15 years, right? It's not a race, man. It's a marathon. So take your time, mess up, fall, fail. It doesn't matter. Trust your gut and just fucking do it. Just do it. That's it. Do it, get it over with, and strategically go for the long haul. Because I'm not going anywhere, bro. You're going to see me 10 years from now.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I'm going to let you go. And if you need anything, we're here. We're happy to help.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Hey, have a great day. And please reach out, and I'll definitely hit you up.
Sounds good. See you, Mark.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
All right, guys. Another one, as DJ Khaled would say. Mark's a good dude. You should go give him a follow at the Affiliate Motivator. And we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. I think I'm on again tomorrow. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure I am. I'll see you guys all here again tomorrow, same time, same place, 10 a.m. Eastern. We're always here. And we'll see you. Peace.